Okay, welcome students to another tutorial video on TinkerCAD on how to make your own game pieces when 3D printing your own game board, or your own board game, I should say. So in the first few videos I went through how to make a tile, could be for like a checkers game or any other game that uses tiles. I've gone through how to make some figurines that you might use for like a game like chess. Now I want to talk about how to make a dice. Now I think this is a really good one in TinkerCAD. I could think of many different ways you could make your own dice to make your own interesting board game. Now the good thing about the basic shape panel in TinkerCAD is it actually comes with the dice ready to go. Okay, let's get started. So I've named my design. You always got to make sure it's named correctly so your teacher knows which file is which. I've turned perspective to orthographic. Just makes it a little bit easier when we're modeling. I've changed the work plane to be the right size grid. It's in millimeters, great. And I've got the snap grid right down to 0.25, which just makes it a bit easier when we're trying to nudge our little pieces into shape. Okay, so I could drag that out and start, but what I'm going to do, let me just delete that. I've actually just started one earlier. I've already just started subtracting shapes from it. So what I want to do is I want to always work on this top panel. It's just going to make it easier. So remember from our last video we learned how to rotate. So I'm just going to grab that one there. And I'm going to move it 90 degrees because 90 degrees being a right angle. Okay, I had a star. I've got a circle here. Now I just might put a letter onto it. Okay, so you can see I've got an A there. Let's do something like that. Okay, so we don't want text, so I'm going to change that to maybe just a W, and in your game that could mean whatever you like, but the size is way too big. So let me just bring that down to about, I'm not sure, I'm just starting with 10. Let's see if that's going to fit. So I want to move to the top view now. I'm going to move this into shape. So put it there. The size looks about right, but my design's disappeared. So remember, you always got to check each view. So remember, we grab the black cone to move it up and down, and that's perfect. Now I just want to subtract a little bit into this dice, just enough so you can see what the letter or the symbol's trying to say. So I reckon that's about far enough. So back up to our shape panel. Remember, any shape can be converted to a hole. So I can convert that one to a hole. That's looking pretty good. Let's subtract that. So I select both and I hit the group. Let's have a look at that. Perfect. And that's all I did for all of the 6 sides on this dice here. I didn't do one big group at the end. I just continually added one design after another and grouped it at each time. Okay, so I moved it 9 degrees that way this time. This time I'm going to move it 9 degrees this way. Let me just type in 90 to make sure it's the exact. Okay, so this time I might, I've got a triangle here, so we'll recreate that. I'm going to have to move that to be 90. Yep, that's fine. Top view, nah, this is way too big, so move that down. I think 10 was working. 10 was working well. So, and yep, that's looking pretty good. I can move that into shape again. It needs to be a bit higher. So I'll just go to the front view. Always check your views from different sides. And I'm just going to lower that in, like I want to subtract that amount. Click our hole. Actually, just check that top view again. I think it could go more to the center. Always got to check your designs from more than one view. And combine. Okay, beautiful. And I could just continue along till I did every single side. So if you're designing a game with a dice and you want your own custom dice, use the dice feature in TinkerCAD. So just remember, there's the dice feature there, and then it's a matter of bringing out our shapes and turning them into a whole, and using our group, so our whole and our group and ungroup features. Okay, so that's the tutorial for making a dice for your own board game. Good luck when making your own design.